Yo! What's going on, everybody? You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green, and happy Victory Monday to all that are celebrating today. Man, it felt good waking up to get to work this morning with a New York Giants victory under our belts. Coming up on today's show, we're going to recap yesterday's game, and I feel like the New York Giants, I feel like they got some answers that they've long been waiting for following that Week 5 game. And I know the NFL is a week-to-week league. Shoot, it is a day-to-day league, and one game doesn't necessarily change everything. But I do believe that the New York Giants got some answers yesterday that they've long been asking and long have been waiting for answers to, like the offensive line, like Deonte Banks, and like Brian Daboll. And I saw things yesterday that made me feel a lot more confident in the long-term success and really the long-term and zoomed-out picture of those three parts of the New York Football Giants. We got over 120 people in the building. Let's get the comment section going. If everyone could give me a real one in the chat. If you are proud of your New York Giants, if you are enjoying Victory Monday, give me a real one down in the comment section. Someone says I look like a young Sean Connery. Is that accurate? I can't remember what a young Sean Connery used to look like, Smitty.
Let me look it up and get back to you on that.
Oh, Lordy. Shout out to everybody in the building. CTM's hanging out. Marty is hanging out. Marion Harris. JNYG. Mamadou. What's up, Mamadou? That's my dude right there. What up? OG guy says very proud. What's up, Joey DeLuca? A young Sean. Gosh, Jesus. Bronx boy, you almost got me. Mike G, what up? Meme Stein said it seemed like those 9 days off helped them come back and look refreshed. They did. And I think that I don't think I look anything like a young Sean Connery. I think the 9 days off, what it showed me the most was that the New York Giants coaching staff came up with a killer and winning game plan with that extra time off. Smitty, the defensive coordinator for the Seattle Seahawks, a.k.a. the head coach, Mike McDonald.
Yep, that's correct.
He was talked about as the best defensive coordinator in football the last couple of years. And he just got shredded by Brian Daboll.
Torn up.
A lot of people wanted to talk about the Seahawks offensive coordinator. First in the league in passing. New guy coming from college. Innovating the game in the great Northwest. Shane Bowen cooked him. The Giants coaching staff out-coached the Seattle Seahawks in all three phases of the football game. Offense, defense, and special teams. I don't know. I think you got to give a lot of credit to this Giants coaching staff, and I think that was a product of the extra time they had off with that Thursday game coming into this one. Game plan, watch extra film, and they're ready to rock and roll.
Totally dominated the line of scrimmage end to end last night. Offensive line, they created running lanes, which hadn't been the trend that we've seen so far through the first 4 weeks. Daniel Jones was protected. And then on the defensive end, I mean, they just dominated the Seahawks O-line. And the Seahawks O-line isn't good, but you got to take what they give you. If Dexter Lawrence is going to be able to walk a interior lineman back toward the quarterback, you take that every single week. And the Giants did it. Took big advantage of it.
Shout out to my guy, Carl Banks, Giants legend. He tweeted something out last week, and it really stuck with me. And you know what? That's got to be the theme for the entire year. The best players, your best football players on your team, need to play like your best football players. And the Giants' best players, they did that. Brian Burns won his matchup. Dexter Lawrence won his matchup. You had your best players play their best football in your biggest time of need, and they got a dub. And to win in this league, you need your best players to be your best players. And they overcame adversity, man. That's what I just, that type of stuff fires me up. Like, you could have quit easy yesterday. I know we said it a couple times now on the channel today, but you could have quit, Smitty. Again, a self-inflicted wound, a 14-point swing. You're 1-4 or 1-3 yesterday. You traveled across the country. You easily could have mailed it in. But you know what? You dug deep. You overcame adversity. You battled and you fought. And when the last whistle was blown, you had just enough points over the other team to get a win. Proud of this team, proud of this coaching staff. From one to the last guy that was active yesterday, everyone had a hand in that victory. If you're proud of this team, hit that thumbs up icon. We got over 200 people watching. Let's get to 100 likes if we could. Like the video. Shout out to Troll. Shout out to everybody in the chat. And if you have liked the video, type me in the comments section. I want to know who the real ones are. And make sure you are hooked up with our presenting sponsor of today's show, Game Time. You're looking for tickets, maybe some good tickets now to go watch the Giants with the season being still back. Download the Game Time app. Use the promo code ChatSports, and you're going to get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. You get the best seats for the lowest prices guaranteed. They also, prices of tickets, they usually drop as the events get closer. So if you're a procrastinator, you don't like to spend money until you have to, Game Time is going to be the ticketing app for you. You get views from your seats in the app, last-minute tickets and flash deals, and the lowest price guarantee. That's something we can all appreciate. The two features you got to take advantage of. Top of the screen, all-in pricing. That way there's no hidden fees when you get to checkout, as well as the Game Time picks. It makes it that much easier to go see your favorite team, concert, band, and so on and so forth perform. Download the app, create an account, promo code ChatSports, CHATSPORTS, and get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. What time is it? It's game time. Shout out to the sponsor. Support the show. Support the sponsor. Shout out to Joey DeLuca. He knows what time it is. Shout out to Joey DeLuca coming in with our first super chat of the day. We appreciate you, my man. Happy Victory Monday. Marty, my man, Double M. That's my guy right there. He says, a win feels good. No leak, and the banks were closed.
Yes,
So many of the banks were closed.
Banks were closed. I mean, he looked like a legitimate CB1 option for the New York Giants yesterday, limiting DK Metcalf, taking that smack talk to heart from last season. And listen, if that's what it takes for Deonte Banks, I hope everybody shit talks Deonte Banks now. Because if that's what it's going to take for him to perform at a CB1 level, so be it.
He got called out last week by his defensive back coach, Jerome Henderson, questioning his effort and his will of the touchdown allowed to CeeDee Lamb. And a lot of times as a young player, Smitty, when you get publicly called out by your coaches, it usually ends in this player kind of crumbling and saying, you know what? Yeah, like, F this guy, he doesn't believe me. No, he answered the bell. He upped his intensity. He upped his effort. And he upped his play. And Deonte Banks deserves as much credit as anybody for the win the Giants got yesterday. Coming into that ball game, the Seattle Seahawks had the #1 passing attack across the National Football League. And he looked like a CB1 against a really good receiver in DK Metcalf. He really did. Shout out to everybody in the building. 240 people watching. If you want the Giants to start a win streak, baby, is 2 a streak or is 3 a streak?
2 is a streak.
2's a streak? Okay, I'm a believer that 3 is a streak, but because this would just be back-to-back wins.
Okay.
But for the sake of the show, I'm down for a streak being 2. Like the video. Come on. 240 watching. Can we get to 150 likes? If we get to 150 likes, we'll start the show early.
It would have been better than saying, want the Giants to get
wins, for sure. I just remember
wins in a row.
me and Mr. Nicholas Roloff got into a little bit of debate last year.
Oh, was he a big proponent of 2?
He says 2 is a streak.
Okay.
I don't believe 2 is a streak.
I don't think it's a streak in its purest form, but I mean, for the sake of the show, we're gonna go with 2.
I mean, look, I don't remember the last time the Giants won 2 football games in a row.
Probably 2022.
Probably 2022 when you beat the Colts. No, because then you ended up losing to the Eagles in that last regular season game, right?
But they would have had somewhere where they got 2 wins.
Yeah, it was definitely, they started out 2-0.
Yeah.
They started out 2-0. Mike, we got some real ones in the building. Thunder! What's up, Troll? What up, Eric Cruz? What up, Vasquez? What up, Joey? What up, CTM? I think I saw my guy Mike G in the chat a little bit earlier. What up, Mike G? Shout out to everybody hanging out, being a real one, showing love. Look, man, it's Victory Monday. We don't get these that often. We better enjoy it. We also got a mailbag coming up later in the show. Get your questions in for the mailbag. # Giants to get your questions in the queue. Smitty will choose or Super Chat to guarantee your question to get on the show if it is Giants applicable. Tunchi says, Marshall is my dad in real life. To my knowledge, I have no kids. but I do have some sons. Joe Carbaugh, happy Victory Monday. Yes, sir. Julie Jackson says, love the channel, man. We love you. Thank you. Mario says, F the Celtics. I love how everyone's just saying F the Celtics in the chat.
What seems to be the problem here?
I think Troll is letting people know that you're a Celtics fan.
Well, that's crazy because like I wasn't thinking about your team at all, Troll. I know that my team occupies a lot of rent, a lot of space, a lot of square footage up in that noggin of yours, but, you know, we'll find out on October 22nd.
Craig Congdon, MVP alongside Rob Simpy yesterday, says no more headache. My head was ringing until I went to bed. I'm actually surprised that I have this much of a voice because yesterday when I got home from work, I don't ever lose my voice, and I didn't lose it, but it definitely, it didn't hurt to talk at the end of the day yesterday, but I was definitely straining myself to talk a little bit. Definitely was.
Not going to lie. I think I have a new favorite member of the Giants Now community.
Mark Estrada?
Mark Estrada.
Mark Estrada is a real one.
What's going on?
Mark Estrada, we love you. CTM, you were on fire yesterday. This chat was on fire yesterday. Everyone that tuned in brought the energy. You guys were electric, man. You guys were electric. Yeah, that blocked field goal, Mr. Greg. That one took it out of me, man. That one took it out of me. Every week, I'm like, man, I got to stop yelling so much. It's never going to happen. Every week, I tell myself I got to stop yelling so much, and I just do it every single week. I just love this freaking team. I love this channel, and I love this community. Tunchi says, you diced up the game yesterday? Nah, that was you, dog. That was you.
W Journey. There's some real ones in this chat, and then there's some real ones in this chat, as far as my point of view goes. Make sure you guys have the thumbs up icon. We gotta get to 150 likes to start today's show. 102 right now. 48 away. It's up to you guys if you want to start this show off.
Tunchi says, you having fun made me having fun.
That's great.
They gave us something to have fun about.
Yeah.
Like,
at the end of the day, it all comes back to the team playing on the field. They dictate the stream.
They do. And everyone thinks that, like, I don't know. And I adore the people that give me the credit that I have a control over the New York Giants. But they got to give me something to stand on, man. Got to get me something to stand on. Thunder says, Marsh, I got the neighbor's jersey Friday. Let's go. He said, I emailed you, but you don't read. I'm too old. I'm too young for email.
Yep.
I'm too young for email. Once I turn 30 next week, I'll start looking at my email, but I don't look at email right now. I probably should. I should probably be a grown professional and look at my email. My man Thunder has a nice little signature at the end of, like, you know, like an automated. It always. I need one of those.
I have one.
I need one of those.
I guess I used to have one in college. I have not made one since
I know. I got to grow up, Thunder. I just want to be a kid, man. I just want to be a kid. I want to go to work. I want to watch the Giants and the Knicks, and I want to celebrate on Victory Monday. Rob Simpy says, what? This is news to me. You don't control when the Giants win? I definitely don't.
Nah.
I definitely don't.
Uh-oh, baby.
The Bush Kid, my man. Thank you for stopping by. Shout out to the Bush Kid, a real one through and through. Says, for the win. For the win, Bush Kid. Man. I'm just a lost boy. Shout out to the Bush Kid. A stand-up dude right there, man. Thank you for making us a part of your Victory Monday. Rob Jigga, happy Victory Monday, my man. He says, hi, silly draft question. Okay. Giants and, thank you for the $5 super chat as well, Mr. Rob Jigga. Says, Giants and Jets have same record, but Giants are 14th, Jets at 9th. As of today, how? Sorry I missed the chat yesterday. So the way that the order plays out in the NFL draft, I believe, is your opponent's winning percentage. So say the Giants are going to have a way better record than the Jets. So let's say that the Jets and the Dallas Cowboys both end the season 5-12, right? If the Cowboy, whoever had an easier schedule, essentially, goes back in the order. Whoever had the tougher schedule, I believe. No. Whoever had the ease. Actually, I'm just gonna.
It's also super difficult to actually have rankings for the draft at this point because so many teams' strength of schedules are the same right now.
So yes, when you have a tied record, whoever had the easiest strength of schedule gets the first pick. So right now, if the draft was tomorrow, the New England Patriots would have the number 1 pick at 1-4 because their strength of schedule is .434. Cincinnati Bengals are 1-4. Their strength of schedule is .481. So the easier your strength of schedule and the worse your record, the higher you go up in the draft board. And higher, I mean closer to 1. Does that make sense?
Sound like you articulated that pretty well.
I hope I made sense there because I don't know if I did. So the reason that the Jets are higher is because they have technically had an easier strength of schedule than the New York Giants. But all that will continue to change as we get closer and closer to Week 18. The only, not the 2, not the 1, the only, Brandon G, what up? Victory Monday, let's up and go. Long-time subscriber. Well, thank you, man. That means a lot. Says, question, and thank you for the super chat. Very kind. Says, how's Hyatt feeling after not getting any targets while being down 2 weapons? Love the show, Marsh. We appreciate you. You know, I had a question just like this, and I was wondering, is Jalin Hyatt, I mean, look, I'm sure everyone watching this channel has at some point played a sport in their life. And it doesn't make you a selfish player, Smitty, to want to play and want to be involved.
Nope.
That just makes you a competitor. And you don't get to the National Football League unless you are an uber competitor. And I thought, you know what? Jalin Hyatt's probably pissed, man. This was the week he's supposed to play, plays 48 snaps, 2 less snaps this week than he had the entire season entering yesterday. But I saw a video of a camera angle focused on Daniel Jones when the kick was blocked. And you see number 13 run by. And he's jumping, he's hooting, he's hollering, he's excited, he's celebrating a win. That made me understand that Jalin Hyatt maybe internally is pissed off, but he also was so happy the Giants won a football game. And at the end of the day, that makes me excited. Am I upset the way that he's being used? Yes. Do I think he's better than 0 catches through 5 weeks? Absolutely. Do I think the Giants are screwing up the development and the progression and the career trajectory of Jalin Hyatt? Absolutely. Have they mismanaged the situation? No doubt about it. But I love how Hyatt celebrated the win yesterday. Because, Smitty, it's really easy to just turn your head after you got 48 snaps. It was supposed to be your week. You didn't get 1 catch, and your team won, and you could have just
Sulk. Could have said,
yeah,
you could have said trade me to the Chiefs.
Yep.
He could have made a trade request. He seems like he believes. Maybe that's, and it's crazy because he's the guy who's not playing it, but maybe that's kind of an indictment on Brian Daboll there. It's like these guys play for him.
Yeah.
They feel good. Even when they're not playing, even when they're being limited, they still ride or die for this team.
Yeah, and we're going to talk about it. I feel like yesterday put on full display that this team loves playing for Brian Daboll. I don't know if anyone saw Tyrone Tracy's interview with CBS Sports after the game. The way he applauded and spoke about Brian Daboll as a leader and a coach, that made me kind of just sit back and be like, you know what? This locker room is willing to ride or die with Brian Daboll.
And they also respect him. I mean, talk about that Wan'Dale Robinson IG Live after the game. Daboll, stop posting that shit. Immediately end it. Immediately. Sorry, sir.
That was crazy.
So, if you don't think the Giants in their locker room respects Brian Daboll, you're sorely mistaken.
Greg Congdon says they are playing for him. Yep. Thunder, yes, sir. What up, Drips? What up? K-Dub says, can we go 12-5 this year? You can't go 14-3 unless you lose 3. So I'm not going to say no. Not going to say no. We got 300 people watching. We're about to dive into today's show. If everyone could just take 1 quick second to hit the thumbs up icon, it would help the channel out, and we're going to dive into the show. Once we get to 150 likes, we're going to do so. 150 likes, we're going to do so. Troll says, nope, you got deep pop. Oh,
bro.
Man. Nope says, we got the duck race and 2 clap back, so might as well get the Patron zone back. Are we trying to party today? I didn't think that you guys were trying to party today. I thought they partied out. I thought they partied themselves out yesterday, Smitty.
I know. I mean, we could get into some nonsense,
Oh,
but
I didn't come into today's show talking about partying. I just wanted to come talk Giants football. But if you guys want to party, I'm down to party.
yeah.
It's up to y'all, though. This is a show for the fans, run by the fans. If y'all want to party, we can party. Thunder says no smoking cigars. If I smoked, I would definitely have smoked a victory cigar last night.
Yeah.
Mark Estrada says let's party. I'm down to party.
It's up to you guys.
Look. Creative Solution says party like a rock star. Rob Simpy says, oh, if everyone else parties, I might. Have y'all seen the movie Hot Rod? Have you seen that?
I've not seen Hot Rod.
Oh,
with,
my God. Has anyone in here seen the movie Hot Rod?
with Andy Samberg, right?
Yeah, it's one of my favorite movies. And there's a scene where they're adding a new member to the crew, and it's a girl.
Uh-huh.
And if you don't know what the movie's about, quick, and this is not Giants football at all, but just going to talk about it because Rob Simpy, he deserves this. They're a biker crew and stunt devil. Like, they're trying to, what's his name, Samberg?
Yeah, Andy Samberg.
He's pretty much Evel Knievel in this movie.
Okay.
And their crew is like a mechanic, and they help him achieve all these stunts. And they bring a girl into the crew. And they go around and they introduce themselves. And his name's Ron in the movie. He's like, all right, guys, everybody introduce yourself. I'll go first. My name's Ron, and I like to party. And they go to the next guy, and I don't remember the name. He's like, hey, what's going on? My name's Kevin, and I like to party. And then it goes to the next guy. It's like, my name's Joe, and I like to party. And Ron, Andy Samberg goes, guys, I'm the only one in here that likes to party. You don't party. You don't party. I'm the only one that likes to party. And I don't know. Rob Simpy, if you haven't seen the movie, check it out. It's good stuff. It's a good movie. Look, if we want to party, we can party. If someone pops it off, we'll do this. Every $50 super chat today, I'll do a beer shotgun. I'm down.
Ooh.
I'm down. Every 50, I'll do a beer shotgun.
You know what? F it. I'll make it a race.
Racing. Oh, Rob Simpy, check it out. I think our humor somewhat aligns. I think you'll like it. The only Brandon G, he's getting a laugh out of it. Stephen W says, talk football, man. Time is money. Stephen W, you sound so fun at parties, my man.
He doesn't like to party.
Stephen W does not like to party. Troll says, how much for a boot race?
You can decide that.
A boot race. Akiva says, yo, Marsh, forget about partying. We want to know if Neighbors is playing Sunday, then we could party. Well, we don't have any information on Malik Neighbors.
It is Monday.
I promise. Creative Solution says 200. If someone sends it at 200, we'll boot race.
Okay.
I don't. Rob Simpy says go 250. We'll do 250, 200, either one.
Yeah.
Either one.
200 and we're doing boot race.
Ryan, you seen the movie? Love that. All righty. Let's do this first segment because I do want to talk about this segment. I feel like the Giants got some reassuring signs yesterday about their long-term goal and future and road that they're going to travel down. And then if we want to blow the roof off this joint, we could do it. We could do it. Troll says, Rob, send 250. I'm dead. How about if Rob sends 250, Troll's got to match him and send 250? Because I know Rob, he's always down for a party. And he's always down to have a party buddy. All right. Boots before promos, always a bad idea, Mr. Bronx boy. Jay Liv, Hot Rod. Hot Rod. That's what it's called, right?
Hot Rod.
Hot Rod? Absolutely. All right. Well, we can't start the show because Smitty, and I want to apply what we talked about yesterday, 50s and hundos. So we'll see what happens when someone sends in the first hundo. But the man who unfortunately couldn't be here Sunday, he's here today, and he's down to party. We got a 3-point goal. Rob Jingle! Bang! He said, let's go, Giants. Enjoy the victory drink. By the way, any news about Bengals at Giants flex? That game is not being flexed out. The Giants are 2-3. It's going to stay on Sunday Night Football. Don't have any issue or worry about that in the world. That game is staying on Sunday Night Football for sure. Says, love the chat. Real ones wear pink for cancer awareness for October. That's awesome, man.
I'm not going to lie. It was my favorite time of the year. Growing up playing youth football, youth little travel league football, and October came around. Got to say, Mom, we got to go to Dick's. I need some sweatbands. I need a towel. I need the hand warmer. I need everything rocking pink all October. It was the most fun. Love raising cancer awareness during that great month. Oh, a lot of fun. All right.
There was nothing better when you saw your entire NFL team on Sundays decked out in pink. I vividly remember Victor Cruz wearing the tall pink spats.
Yep.
And he's over here salsing in the end zone. What was it, the tip drill, that one play where
that was against the Seahawks.
Against the Seahawks. I remember it like it was yesterday.
Yeah. They don't do it anymore. Because I don't know if it's, I think October has become an all cancer awareness month. And then they don't wear the pink in the NFL anymore. Or it also might be Salute to Service month too.
It is Salute to Service month.
So they've gone with that in the NFL.
Brian Daboll was wearing a hoodie yesterday. Crucial catch.
Yeah. Crucial catch is that's all cancer.
Yeah.
That's right. They got the rainbow different flakes coming off.
F cancer though for sure.
For sure.
Did this happen too? I don't think this Felix one is.
You should drop those. Yeah, perfect. Oh yeah, this is cool.
This one that you got in preview, that's not right, is it?
Oh no.
All right, throw me that shotgun. I'm gonna rip a shotgun real quick. Hey, I don't drop passes. Don't call me Slayton. Nah, Slayton played his butt off. That was mean. A couple of really nice contested catches too, Smitty, on those short little in routes on a couple of third downs.
And listen, you got to love him making that catch that Daniel Jones throws the best ball of his life on the sideline there.
Beautiful throw by Daniel Jones, man.
Right
over the shoulder, in the bucket, dropped it in there. And great job by Slayton. Kept his feet, made the catch, and he made it happen. Bronx boy, you be on your best behavior today. I think my mother's watching. Today, Bronx boy. I need you on your best behavior. Yeah, shout out to the reverb yesterday. We overcame a lot. Nope says, Mom ain't at home. Marshall is my guard. I'd be a terrible guard. No, I'd be a hell of a guardian. Drip says, I wish they could bring back breast cancer colors again. Seriously. F cancer, man. To anybody that's ever lost anyone to cancer, my prayers and thoughts are with you and your family, man. That is horrible. To Rob Jigga. Old T-Can Sam. F cancer's in the chat. Love that. That first one's always tough. Smitty's hairpiece flopped. Chill. He doesn't wear a toupee, at least not yet. Very fine, thin. He got a good. You're almost due for a cut. You are almost due for a cut. You don't get a chop very often.
Once every month.
You're a 2-month guy? I'm about. Akiva the Awesome says he's going to puke. Never. I've made it my goal to throw up on this show before, and I've never had it happen.
I have thrown up on a show before. Not this show, though.
The Giants got so bad last year, I literally said, my goal of today's watch party is to throw up. Never happened. Julie Jackson says, bro, Hyatt game this week. Look, if Hyatt didn't have the game this week, I don't know if he's ever going to have the game this year. Because I believe Neighbors is coming back. This week. Lamar, that is awesome. Everyone I was close a lot of times, Corinne. But you know me. You know my saying, Corinne. You know the saying. Shout out to Lamar Santos. Check his comment out. Show him some love. Give me some LS's in the chat. Lamar, that's awesome, man. That is awesome. Bronx Boy says, I love you, pal. Effing love you, pal. Are we worried that the Yankees don't have a first baseman today?
Yeah, I'm a little worried about
what
that.
What time is first pitch?
6:30 or be 7:38 for the East Coast. 7:38 Eastern.
7:38, 6:38 here. Yeah, we got to be off in an hour and
For sure.
11 minutes to go watch that. Is your homie still in town?
Nah, but yeah, it's unfortunate. Got the win this weekend. Had a friend in town from college. Both diehard Yankee fans got to see the dub. Game 1.
Are we ripping the game somewhere after this?
Could be down. Could be down.
Bronx Boy says 7:08 p.m.
7:08. I see 6:38. Well, so 6:38. So 7:38 Eastern on my app here.
I never took Bronx Boy as a reader, though. I never took Bronx Boy for someone that could read correctly. Yep, 7:38, brother. 7:38.
It's all right, Bronx Boy. You'll get him next time.
Yep. Hey, maybe next time you can read that 3 instead of a 0.
Hey, if Billy Madison did it, why can't you?
Back to school.
Back to school.
I think we got to make a remake of that movie and Bronx Boy is Billy. All righty, let's talk about the game a little bit. I love just hanging out with you. Is that Mr. Rick in the chat?
Yep. That is a Rickster.
Shout out to the Rickster. Did you guys have fun at, where'd they go? Some city?
Atlantic City.
Atlantic City?
Yeah.
Mr. Rick, were you on your best behavior in the Atlantic City? My name is July. Oh, like July 4th. When you have the Jew-Lee, that definitely says Julie.
Yep.
But now I know July. Let's go.
July Jackson, let's go.
Let's do it. So Mark Estrada says Smitty is definitely my favorite producer.
Dude, let's go. We got the same teams. That's
go.
electric.
All right.
Alrighty.
Let's talk about it. The New York Giants have had an up and down season so far. 2-3 heading into week 6. But I believe following the win in week 5 against the Seattle Seahawks, the Giants got some answers to some questions that they have long been hunting for. And they are good answers. Make sure you are subscribed to the channel, though. We are almost at our goal of 57,000 subscribers. It may say 54 at the top, but that's a typo. We got to get to 57,000 subscribers. We need 134 diehard New York Giants fans to smash that sub button. If you bleed Giants Blue, subscribe to the channel, and let's go. You're watching Giants Now by Chat Sports. I am your host, Marshall Green. I appreciate everybody for stopping by. And man, oh man, is this show a hell of a lot more fun when the Giants win a football game. I'm so proud of the way they won that game, man. They fought. They could have folded. Second time this year, you put yourself in a hole at 7-0, and you clawed your way back to win a football game. Man, I'm proud. If you're proud, hit that thumbs up icon. I feel like the Giants, though, got news they have been looking for a long, long time. It's been 10 years of this offensive line being the worst O-line in the National Football League. And they got an answer to the question of, can we fix it? And they did. The offensive line, it has been fixed for the New York Giants. You gave up 85 sacks last year. So what do? You go out and you bench Evan Neal. That took some juice to go and do that. You do that. You fire Bobby Johnson. You bring in Carmen Brasillo. You sign John Runyon. You go out and sign Jermaine Illuminor, and you go out and you add Greg Van Roten. You're now the 16th best pass blocking O-line according to Pro Football Focus. You have the 11th best sack rate, and this is crazy. Pro Football Focus has credited the Giants' offensive line for giving up just 3 sacks this year. They've credited the rest to Daniel Jones in coverage sacks. 3 sacks allowed by this offensive line through 5 games of football. If that doesn't fire you up, you might not just have some working inside your chest. This offensive line has been awesome. What's crazy to say is the Giants O-line, the player that's given up the most pressures this year, maybe not, second most pressures, is Andrew Thomas. Andrew Thomas has given up 13 pressures. John Runyon given up just 7 pressures. John Michael Schmitz having a bounce-back year in his sophomore season with Big Blue, giving up just 7 pressures. Of the 3 sacks the Giants have given up, 2 of them have been credited to Andrew Thomas and just 1 to John Runyon. So no sacks for John Michael Schmitz. No sacks for Greg Van Roten. And the player I'm most proud of, Jermaine Illuminor. I told everyone, and I don't hate playing the I told you so game. I actually love doing it. I almost lied to you guys, said I didn't love to do it. I told you he was a good player. I told you 2 months before the Giants were going to sign him, they were going to sign him. And I told you he was going to be the best offensive lineman they have signed in quite some time. He is holding down that right side of the O-line. Major hats off, a cap tip, and a golf clap for Joe Schoen. It's not easy to fix a broken offensive line, let alone to do it in one offseason. Did he miss on Evan Neal? Absolutely. Doesn't matter. He found a way to fix it. Illuminor, home run signing. Greg Van Roten, you picked him up before training camp. He's been solid. And John Runyon has been electric in the pass blocking department. Still work to be done, though. Like, what's awesome is this can get better. We can grow even more on the offensive line. Greg Van Roten's been good, but he's getting close to 35 years old. His time in the NFL is coming to a close. You go out, you draft a right guard who's a baller, who's a road grader, someone that gets that second level and moves people and is a dominant run blocker, and this can become one of the best offensive lines in the National Football League. I love the 5 we got. Let's continue to add in the offseason, and let's continue to grow, and let's build on the identity that I think the New York Giants have set for themselves after 5 weeks. We're going to punch you in the mouth, we're going to dominate the line of scrimmage, and we're not going to quit. That's the identity of this football team. Another answer to a question that we have been wondering all season long. Can Deonte Banks be a CB1? Is Deonte Banks a bust? And I know it's a week-to-week league, but man, did he put on a all-world performance in that game. Deonte Banks shut down DK Metcalf. His Week 5 PFF coverage grade, 87.8, the highest of his NFL career. Last year, he got beat by DK Metcalf on a touchdown. He said in the offseason that DK Metcalf was the wide receiver that talked the most noise to him. He gave a lousy effort in the prior week to the Cowboys. He could have easily quit. He could have easily said, you know what, this ain't for me. I'm on scholarship. I got guaranteed money. No, he put his head down, got called out by Jerome Henderson, put in the work, and the results followed. He played with effort, he played with heart, and he played with grit. And he played like a CB1. He guarded DK Metcalf on 35 routes. Metcalf was targeted 4 times with Banks in coverage, allowed 2 catches for 24 yards. When he wasn't in coverage, Metcalf was targeted 3 times, had 2 catches for 31 yards. PFF has Deonte Banks targeted 5 times in Week 5 and allowing 2 catches for 17 yards. Man, if Deonte Banks is a CB1, if Banks can play like he was playing at the level he was in Week 5, that raises the ceiling of this defense for the New York Giants. They've already been awesome. He gave up 1 touchdown, offensive touchdown against the Seahawks. In the 3 losses, he gave up a combined 5 touchdowns. So in 4 of the 5 weeks, you've given up 6 offensive touchdowns combined. Shane Bowen's coaching his tail off, and if he has a legit CB1 to pair with maybe the best pass rush in the NFL, number 1 in sacks, this defense is going to get better and better and better. And the thing that's impressed me the most is the growth. Week by week by week, they get better and better and better. And if this guy's a lockdown corner, sky's the limit for this New York Giants defense. We got more to talk about coming up on today's show. But first, I got to give a major shout out to today's sponsor, Game Time. Download the Game Time app if you're looking for last-minute tickets to go watch the Giants or go catch a Yankees or Mets playoff game or go to a concert to see your favorite performers. Download the Game Time app, create an account, and use that promo code ChatSports, and you're going to get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. You get the best seats for the lowest prices guaranteed. You get to see your seat view in the app. You get to access your tickets from your phone. You get last-minute tickets and flash deals, and the lowest price guaranteed. We're all trying to save $1 or $2, and you could save 20 of them by using Game Time in the promo code ChatSports. 2 features you must use: all-in pricing and Game Time picks. It makes it that much more easy to get the best deals to go see your favorite people perform. So download the app, create an account, use the promo code ChatSports, ChatSports, and you're going to get $20 off your first purchase, where terms do apply. All right. The Giants got the answer on their head coach. Brian Daboll's the guy. Brian Daboll is the guy that is going to turn around the New York Football Giants. And I was wrong after the Washington loss. I don't excuse what happened in that game, going into the game with a hurt kicker. Really the third time in 2 years you played an injured kicker. I still feel like he needs to become better as a CEO and the head guy and controlling everything as a football team. That's the first time he's been a head coach. He'll get better there. Yesterday showed me that this team plays for Brian Daboll. And when you have a locker room that's willing to rally around your coach and play for them and never give up and fight and overcome adversity and find a way to win, that speaks volumes to what your locker room thinks about a head coach. What about the win against the Browns? Fumble on the kickoff, 1 play later, touchdown Amari Cooper. Down 7-0 in the first 11 seconds. You hadn't won a game yet. You could have quit. You didn't. What happened in the Seattle game? You fumble a centimeter away from the goal line. It goes 99.9 yards the other way. Touchdown Seattle. Instead of being up 7-0, you're down 7-0. It's a 14-0 swing. You're 1-3. You cross-country fly to Seattle. You easily could have quit. But this team stood tall. They fought. They gave you everything they got for you, Brian Daboll. My number one takeaway from the game: this team plays for Brian Daboll. And the play calling, his actual job, it's getting better every single week. Was it questionable in week 1? Absolutely. Did it get better in week 2 against the Commanders? Absolutely. Was it much better against the Browns? Absolutely. We all liked what we saw against the Cowboys. We just didn't hit on the chunk plays. And I thought yesterday, for maybe the first time, of course, since that playoff game, it looked easy for the New York Giants. Every drive they were marching down the field. Every drive they were gashing that Seahawks defense. The Seahawks had the 7th best pass defense entering yesterday, and Daniel Jones carved them up. DJ deserves just as much credit as Brian Daboll. They are working as a pair. They are growing together. 3rd year in the system. 3rd year under Brian Daboll. This is what you want to see. DJ's playing the best football he's played in his career. The way Daniel Jones is playing right now is better than the way that he played in 2022. But he could be much better too. He can. I want to see the Giants end the game on their terms. They weren't able to do that. They should have been able to need that football game out yesterday, but they couldn't get the first downs in the 4th quarter they needed to. That's the next step. That's how you get better. And when you win football games and there's clear and evident ways to get better, that is exciting as a football fan. But Brian Daboll, I was wrong about you. Too early to call the trigger on you. But man, oh man, you proved me wrong, and I'm happy to be wrong. And I believe that he's going to be the next head coach to turn this organization around. And he might put number 5 in the trophy case. Last thing we learned and got an answer on, we always said, could Joe Schoen draft? Can Joe Schoen put a draft class together? Can Mr. Joseph Schoen find people late in an NFL draft to help this team out? And he hit a home run. He hit a grand slam in the 2024 NFL draft class. Tyrone Tracy, 5th-round pick, 25-year-old running back, goes from receiver to running back. No one wanted him. Stud, 7.2 yards per carry in his first start. Theo Johnson, tape wasn't that good. People called him a workout warrior. Wasn't used right at Penn State. He's a guy that impressed in his underwear in Indy. He impressed her on Sunday against the Seahawks. 5 grabs, 48 yards. What about Tyler Nubin? Ran a 4.7 40, not athletic, a product of the system for the Minnesota Golden Gophers, a guy that's a leader, but not a great football player. Fell to the 2nd round. The Giants got a starting safety for the future. What about Drew Phillips? Can't cover. He's a zone corner. He's turned into a slot corner that'll tear your head off coming off the edge, being nasty in the run game and sticky in coverage. These 4 players all had a major part in the win against Seattle. And we didn't even talk about Malik Neighbors. We didn't even talk about number 1. This draft class that Joe Schoen put together, he paid 6 picks. Malik Neighbors looks like a home run. Newbin looks like a good pick. Drew Phillips looks like a good pick. Theo Johnson looks like a good pick. As well as Tyrone Tracy and Darius Musa looked good as a rookie in his first game. And you know what? If you missed on one pick, you missed on one pick. And at the end of the day, it was a pick in the 6th round. Can this class, can the 2024 draft class for the New York Giants accelerate the rebuild? Can they be the trampoline where this football team bounces off and catapults themselves into real contention? Maybe not this year, but next year. Joe Schoen, man, credit to you. I've run out of hats to tip, but I'm tipping it to Mr. Joseph Schoen, man. That 2024 class might have saved your job. Might have saved the job for a lot of people in that scouting department. Isn't it crazy how much a win changes? Isn't it awesome how week to week, day to day, hour to hour, minute to minute, second to second, the NFL is? Last week, we were all crying our eyes out, upset, mad the Giants lost the football game on Thursday Night Football again to the Dallas Cowboys. There's a lot of hope and there's a lot of faith. And it's not because we're being biased. It's not because we're homers. They gave us something to stand on. The Seahawks were 3-1 entering yesterday. People were talking about them as the runaway favorite in the NFC West. And you came out and you punched them in the mouth. You got to be proud of your New York Giants, man. They fought, they battled, and they overcame adversity. And as a fan, there's nothing more you should appreciate than seeing that fire your football team come out on a freaking football field and finding a way to get a W when you're not supposed to. You're proud of the New York Giants. Hit that thumbs up icon and make sure you are following me on social media. I'm tweeting, I'm posting, I'm gramming, I'm Xing at @MarshallGreen _. Hit me up over there and let's go, Big Blue. My man Kenya in the building. What up? Cha. I said that. I said that in the video. I said, Smitty, I would like to see the Giants end the game on their own terms. I would like to see the Giants knee it out.
Listen, we can still be critical even in a game where there were overwhelmingly more positives than negatives. It can always get better. And that's a good thing.
When you win and there's clear, obvious ways to get better, that's got to be encouraging.
Absolutely.
It's got to be encouraging. Who gets the Week 5 game ball? I know Mr. Rick is definitely not giving it to Daniel Jones. And as someone that some people would appoint to the general of the Daniel Jones hate army, Smitty, I've already got this 20 times. Nothing I saw yesterday changes my outlook on him. And I don't want to pour water on the fire here, but you go and beat Cincy next week, then we can maybe have a conversation.
Then we can maybe start talking about Daniel Jones.
You're the 3rd or 2nd highest paid player in the NFL.
Go do it 2 weeks in a row.
Go do it again. Because that's what the big dogs do. Go do it again. Taylor B says, Marsh, I seen Lamar Jackson shout you out. That was dope. The flag football stuff. Yeah, no, that was cool. That was cool. I wouldn't necessarily call it a shout out, but it was cool. He did respond to my tweet, and that was dope. I appreciate you, Taylor. That's what's up. Marty says, F cancer. Let's get another win against Cincinnati. Train doesn't stop. One win isn't. I'm not satisfied. I'm hungry.
Why are we smiling? Job's not finished.
Job's not finished, man.
What's there to be happy about?
Cha says Simmons is who Coach gave it to.
Did Daboll give it to Simmons?
If Mr. Rick says it, I believe him.
I agree. I 100% believe it.
I had not seen anything
and
like that.
And CTM double confirms.
Yes, he did, Cha. But Marshall, the 6th round pink stinks. He has our only interception of the season, Darius Musa.
That's true.
Don't look now, but Xavier McKinney has 5 picks in 5 games as a Packer. First player since 1970 to do it.
It's crazy. Simmons got it well-deserved.
Bill, don't do that to me. Don't do that to me, Bill. Oh, Crumble Cookie says Lamar responding to Marsh officially mean he's going to be a Giant. Shout out to the Rizzler. Nicole O'Brien, $10 super chat. Thank you, Nicole. Thank you. Says, could you imagine Neighbors, Robinson, and Slayton at the top of their game plus Hyatt? I've spent many nights thinking about that, Miss Nicole O'Brien. The Bengals defense stinks.
Horrible.
Like, if there was ever a week for the Giants offense to explode, it's this one.
I mean, the Bengals defense is so bad. They have a decent pass, and you know what the funny thing is? They hang their hat on their pass rush. Giants' best part of their offensive line is their pass pro.
What y'all know about that kick step?
A quick kick step.
Yeah. Can we catch the football, Wan'Dale Robinson? Hyatt had a bad drop. It was Darius Slayton had a bad drop.
It was one on the sideline where he had room to run.
But he also had some nice tough catches through contact.
He made up for his drop. Wan'Dale Robinson didn't really get the opportunity because he's not really a deep vertical down the field player.
A lot of people are like, man, we're good at receiver. I still think you need a game changer at another. I think
Do we see
Wan'Dale Robinson,
one good game out of Darius Slayton and we say we're good at receiver?
I want Wan'Dale Robinson to be the third best receiver on this team operating the slot. I want a field bender over here in Neighbors, and I want a field bender over here in somebody else. Yeah. Then I want Wan'Dale cooking in the slot. Then I want Tyrone Tracy getting active. And I want a tight end like Theo Johnson making plays when his number's called.
And you know what? Then you have Jaylen Hyatt for depth. And you don't have to worry about him not getting snaps because you have guys who are clearly better than him once you add somebody for the number 2.
Angel, $2 super chat. Thank you, sir. Should be 4-1 leading the division. Let's get after it. The Giants left some meat on the bone in the first 4 weeks of the season.
And you know what? Teams in the NFL lose.
I bet every team in the league thinks their record should be better than what it is.
I
right
agree.
Now.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So, every fan base is saying that.
To be fair, though, listen.
And there's a you can say this because there is something to lean on here.
Yeah.
But it doesn't matter.
The Giants should at least be 3-2.
At minimum, they should have won that Washington game.
Yeah.
But they didn't.
So we got to live with what we have. Can't go 14-3 without losing 3.
So go and beat the Bengals on Sunday Night Football. And let's send a message to the National Football League that the New York Giants are back. We're not an easy win. And if you're not ready to get punched in the mouth and respond, you're going to lose. Because this team's going to hit you in the mouth. Freaking go, man. Shout out to Angel. Shout out to Angel. Charles Barkley says, can you explain the third highest cap hit thing? Because isn't he in the middle of the pack in AAV? So AAV.
That's what Danny's getting.
That's what AAV equals average annual value. And I'm not trying to say this as an asshole. I'm just like saying it in the only way that I could understand if someone said it to me. The way you find out the AAV is taking the average annual value. But your cap hit is not the same every single year. Your cap hit is how much salary cap you're taking. And this year, his cap hit is the highest of any year in his contract. The Giants kind of backloaded and front-loaded the contract in a certain way. Your cap hit is not the average annual value number. They're just a little bit different.
So when we say that Daniel Jones is the third highest paid player in the NFL, he's not receiving the third most money, but he costs the third most from any football team.
He costs the third most, exactly.
It just flows off the tongue a little better to say he's the third highest paid player.
He is.
He is. The Giants are spending the third most money on Daniel Jones.
DJ's an expensive quarterback. You know what expensive quarterbacks do? I think I said it 500 times. You go and win games like you're not supposed to, like yesterday. Yeah. You know what they do? They backdoor that win with a win on primetime football. Go get it done. Go get it done. As we got a 3-point goal. Rob Simpy. Bang! Rob Simpy, an MVP in the building. Everyone give me an RS in the chat.
And you know
Rob
what?
Simpy.
And you know what? I know we said we got to do this for the hundreds, but since Rob Simpy was the MVP yesterday, there it goes! See ya! A long home run from Rob Simpy!
Shout out to Rob Simpy, a legend here on the channel. Rob, we love you. We appreciate you. Thank you for always showing love to this channel, man. We are blessed to have you as a big time Giants Now Real one.
Yes, sir.
Says DJ, can't be considered anything until he wins the division and has a 4-2 record in the division and has repeated seasons of playoff bursts. P.S. Troll, where you at? This starts the party in F Cancer. Troll! Let's see if Troll's about it. Do I need to send Troll an email? Did Troll leave? Rob Simpy, you're a legend. Smitty, do we got any more happy dads over there?
We don't. Should I go get some more?
Grab me a happy dad. Deal of the day. I told you guys, goal of today's show is just talk Giants football, but I knew y'all were going to be riled up. I knew we were going to be excited. I'm excited. We're excited. I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Every $50 super chat, I'm doing a beer shotgun today. I'm excited. I'm rolling into the Yankees playoff game on 100. I'm going to send a $1 cash app to Troll and let him know that Rob Simpy's calling you out. Also, Krish Patel was sending me some crazy text messages in the captions of some of these cash apps. They were crazy. I'm so excited. I just can't. We won a football game, man. This job is so much more fun when the Giants win. And maybe I need to do a better of making this job more fun even when they lose. Bill, it was blacked out? That doesn't make sense. Zach says, happy dad Marsh, give me. A lot of people have said that. And a lot of people are like, Marsh, you're way more fun when you're happy. It's like, well, tell the Giants to play better. I just sent Troll a $1 cash app to get a message to him. To get in contact, I got to send him a cash app. I have his email, but I don't know if he's going to check his email. Oh, no. Mr. Rick, I know the line. The Giants are 3.5-point dogs. Giants are 3.5-point dogs. Take that, the next one. Smitty, we'll race if we get another 50. If we get another 50, we'll race. I'm taking this one down. Solo, dolo. For Rob Simpy, show him some love. An MVP with Greg Condon for yesterday's show.
Bang.
I'm so excited. I just can't hide it. Let's go.
I'm about to lose control, and I think I like it.
Nope, you're right. I think we said it a lot last week, Smitty. There's a huge difference between 1-4 and 2-3.
1-4, your season's over. Look at the Bengals. They have a top 5 quarterback in the National Football League, and their season is done. They're over.
J-Liv, do we rip Don't Stop Believing on the karaoke? Zach asking if there's a little liquid left in that thing. That thing is dry. That thing was dry, like a Diddy party with no baby oil.
Oh, my goodness.
Zach says, oh, boy. Oh, boy. Steel Panther party all day. Jay Man says, just want to see a home NFC championship game for the first time in my life. I'm so jealous of my grandma bragging about being able to witness the 80s and 2000s, having seen playoff games at home. Greg Kong says, I heard it wasn't baby oil. Oh, no.
I don't know what it was.
I don't know. Maybe we should stop talking about it.
I don't know nothing about the ditties. I don't know nothing about the ditties.
All I know is LeBron said there ain't nothing like a Diddy party.
That's what he said.
I didn't say it. That's a quote from LeBron James.
Quoted on IG Live. And then Cat Williams said, you gotta tell him no.
Oh, Lord. The message to Troll has been sent. We'll see. We'll see if he's a real one.
Got another $2 super chat who came in from Charles Barkley, the Chuckster.
The Chuckster says, thanks for the explanation. Go Giants. F the Celtics.
Yeah, sure. I don't know what he's talking about in that last part, but
Mr. Rick says he found a CD online of Smitty singing Bruce Springsteen's greatest hits.
dude, I knew my professional turn to being on live camera here all the time. Somebody would go and find that eventually. Nobody's supposed to find that. Mr. Rick, I love Brucey.
How could you not?
He's the American dream.
How does it feel to be older than Dexter Lawrence?
Chill.
Well, the fact that he's got a lot more money than me, probably not good. Probably not good.
That's how I feel about Malik Neighbors. I'm older than Malik Neighbors by a lot.
Yeah.
By like 2 years. It's like concerning.
Mr. Ricks has seen many, many home Giants playoff wins, including 2 NFC championship games. Mark Strada says, Marsh, your mom is watching. I would hate it if she Googled Diddy Party.
No.
Thing is, my mom doesn't watch. She used to watch. Maybe she does. Maybe she does. I love her. I love her. Couple cookies. I almost read that out loud.
Yo, that was dumb funny. I'm not going to lie.
Rival says, love the shirt. Shout out to you, man. This was actually sent to me by a viewer. My man Parker. Shout out to Parker Walters. Sent me this shirt. Real one. Shout out to P. Walters. Shout out to Carol.
Shout out to Adonis the A-Train.
I do call him kid. He is a kid. Deonte Banks is a kid. A-Train! Adonis! $10 super chat. Thank you for the love, my man. Says today is amazing here at college due to yesterday's win. Enjoy this one, boys. Just want to keep saying that the NFL should be having discussions about Daniel Jones being better than Jafumble Hurts. Let's have it go.
Listen,
Jalen Hurts stinks.
Jalen Hurts stinks. Cannot throw the football. Weak. And listen, if he doesn't have 2 all-pro receivers, and if he doesn't have all-pro across the board on the O-line, then he stinks. And guess what? We saw Daniel Jones yesterday without an all-pro level receiver light up a Seattle Seahawks defense that was touted to be one of the best in the league.
He found a way to get it done, Smitty. No neighbors, no Singletary, 7-point dogs.
What did we say before the game? We don't know how Daniel. We don't have advice for Daniel Jones. You just got to go out there and get it done. Got to go out there and pull out a win. When the clock strikes 0, your team's got to have more points than the other team. Don't matter how we get there. And he got there. You know who else got there? Greg Congdon. As we got a 3-point goal. Greg Congdon!
Bang! Give me some GCs in the chat. GCs in the chat. The MVPs are showing up and showing out. Let's go, man.
Rob Simpy, Greg Congdon, Shaq, and Kobe. What's the difference? I don't know.
These guys are legends.
People are talking.
Nope. It's a widow's peak, brother, not a widow's beak. If you're going to try to throw shots, at least do it in a better way, son. It's a widow's peak, not a widow's beak.
That's little bro. Lions don't concern themselves with the opinions of Cubs. He's a little cub.
Oh, my goodness. He's just a pup. He's just a little pup.
He's a little bro.
He's got a little milk mustache going on right now. Got home from school, dunking a little Oreo in his milky. Oh. It's the widow's peak, not a beak. Come on, dude. Unbelievable.
Did you show that?
What?
That comment that just came in. Did you see Pokemon?
I don't see one from Pokemon.
That's hilarious because I didn't even click show and it was like reviewed first.
I know this is bad, but I was happy the Giants broke Hurts' fingers.
No,
I didn't see that.
I'll read it. That hoe is definitely sharper than a peak. Could be a peak.
Pokemore, you love me.
That was good stuff.
You love me, brother. Nope. I love that you believe in your own funk. You got to be good. You got to be good. Respect the peak, baby. What's up, A. Rivera? Long time no see. Rob Simpy says, watching some Looney Tunes. Not a widow's beak. It's a bad hair. No, not a bad haircut. Just a bad hairline. Just a bad hairline. Rob Jigga, do you guys honestly think the Bengals season is over? Once the Giants beat them on Sunday Night Football, 7-1-5, yeah, their season is over.
I actually do think that the Bengals season is over right now. They 1-4 is.
It's hard to call. Has a team ever made the playoffs after being 1-4?
I'm sure, yeah.
And maybe it's a little more possible with this new playoff format.
There's 7 teams, but the AFC is super tough. Like you're gonna have to be 10-7 to get in there. The Bengals are gonna have to go 9-3 to finish their season and make the playoffs.
Yeah.
And 10-7 still might not get it done, especially with the division that they're in. Steelers are good. Ravens are top of the conference.
Greg says, well, looks like Troll is a no-show, so I won't leave you hanging, Simpy. I can't believe Troll did us like that.
Yeah, he was here earlier.
Do I send him an email? I'm going to send him an email.
Oh, my goodness. They're not mathematically eliminated. Yeah, there's still a chance that they can make it, but 1-4, you're really looking like you need to run the table, basically, to have a secured up playoff spot. And honestly, man, I'm not very confident in the Bengals against the Giants. The Giants are going to beat them.
All right. We sent the email to Mr. Troll. Have I seen the sights and sounds? Not yet. I haven't got a chance to watch it yet. Greg says that would be hard in that division. Yeah.
Yeah, in the AFC North, I mean, no, Browns are really bad, but like you're not guaranteed 2 wins against them.
Wow. Mr. Rick, anyone wanting 2 lower-level Giants-Bengals free tickets, ask Marshall, and if he's okay, I'll give a free pair.
Dude.
I'll do this, though. I'm going to see Mr. Rick's kindness, and he's going to love this because I love this. If you're a father, if you're a mother, and you've never been able to take your kid to a Giants game, Mr. Rick wants to send you to a Giants game this weekend. Sunday Night Football. Against the Bengals.
Lower level. These are good-ass seats.
You got to be a parent, and you got to have a kid that wants to go. Troll, or not troll, nope, you don't count. Let's do this. If you can prove to me, I'll do this. First person to send a picture to my Twitter of them with their kid getting ready to go, wanting to go to a game, Mr. Rick will give you free freaking tickets. Free freaking tickets. First person to send me a picture on Twitter of you and your child wearing Giants gear, letting me know somehow, some way that you are both Giants fans and you're not going to resell the tickets. You're going to give your kid a memory of a lifetime. First person will do it. First person will do that.
Roxpo, you're a clown.
2 seats. 2 seats. Instagram, you can also send me a DM on Instagram. Same handle. Mr. Rick is a legend. Mr. Rick is a legend. Bronx Boy says, how about a 78-year-old father? No, I don't think you're a clown.
No, I called him a clown.
I
wasn't even for that message. It was for the one before.
Yeah, the one that says... That's hilarious. Brent Connaughton says, William Marshall, I'm a single father, love the Giants. I proved you whatever you need, brother. What's up, Mike G?
Somebody sent you a.
I haven't got anything. I want to give away, a.k.a. Mr. Rick wants to give these away. Very kind. He's way too nice. Isaiah Franz, you keep on saying I told you, brother. I don't know what you told me. Little Bulldozer says my son is 1 month old. I don't know.
Damn, Rasheed Rice's season's over.
Rasheed Rice out for the year?
Yeah.
Also, Smitty, 1 win doesn't mean anything for whatever. We don't even have to do that today.
Yeah, no.
We don't have to do that today. I will keep my eyes open.
He said it's up to you, Marsh. You're the judge. I give you the tickets on Saturday to prevent the reselling.
Deal. I love what you were able to do last year when we gave these tickets away to, because man, I've never been to a Giants game at Giants Stadium or MetLife Stadium, and growing up in Houston, that was a lot of money for my dad to fly me, my brother, my mom, my sister out there.
It's a whole vacation.
It's a whole vacation, and man, I wish I could have went to a Giants game as a kid. Every time they came to Houston, I was able to go, and I was blessed for that. But if you have a son, if you have a daughter, and you're going to your first Giants game, reach out to me on social media, and we'll get that taken care of.
So, you've only ever been to Giants-Texans?
I've only been to Giants-Texans, yep. Giants-Texans.
I've been to Giants-Raiders way back.
At MetLife?
At MetLife. When I think it was Terrell Pryor had a 93-yard touchdown run. It was like the only thing I remember from that game. And I went and saw Seahawks Giants back in 2017. Legion of Boom Seahawks, so they were still active. So 2 Eli games. And then I finally saw Daniel Jones play when they beat the Colts to clinch a playoff spot back 2 years ago. I was happy to be a part of that one. But, yeah, game at MetLife's fun. Take advantage if you have a kid. Take him for the first time. He'll love it. He or she will love it.
Nope. Watch your mouth, dude. Watch your mouth. You're getting a little reckless, man. Watch your mouth. Have some respect.
Sound crazy?
Sorry, CTN. That was very rude of him. Yeah. Come on, man. Wake the hell up.
Let's be respectful. Lock in, dude.
All righty. Let's do this last segment here on today's show.
Make sure you guys use Giants or Super Chat to get on the mailbag segment.
We are going to get into a mailbag coming up on today's show. I've never been to MetLife, Rivera. Never. No, unfortunately, I never have. Trey Block says, say we win the next 2 to 3 games, should we be shopping for a cornerback to grab? No, I don't think the Giants should be buyers at the trade deadline. I still think they should lean closer to being sellers, but definitely not buyers. Definitely not buyers. Shout out to everybody in the building, man. Today's been an electric stream.
Yeah, need a couple more questions here for the mailbag.
If everyone could, please drop a question in the comments, including hashtag Giants. That way Smitty can pop them up on screen, and we'll talk about it. Got a mailbag coming up. I'm also going to share my thoughts on Jalin Hyatt and the situation that's going on surrounding him. Scott Hernan, what's up, Mr. Scott? Happy Victory Monday, my friend.
Come on, come on, come on.
Shout out to the real ones. Yes, sir. Justin got a question in. Thank you. Andre says, I know Jones did great, but we can't get ahead of ourselves. A. Rivera getting a question in. Thank you, my friend. Brent says, a Marshall and Smitty sending you the picture of me and my son on Instagram to you. Hey, I got my eyes on it, brother. Twitter, okay? I got my Twitter pulled up, and I got Instagram pulled up. Crumble Cookie says, why is Marsh so good looking, man? You know what? I don't know. Shout out to Fred. Shout out to Carol. All righty.
All right.
The Jits, yes, sir. Yes, sir. Giants win. Brody, we did get your cash app, my man. Brody, thank you for the $2 cash app, my man. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. You're a real one. You're a real one. Thomas says, Hyatt playing untradeable? The ladies all over you today? Yeah. Something I usually got to deal with. Mark Shada says, Rad, that is amazing. Rad did come in with a $5 super chat. Shout out to Rad. Says, let's go! The Giants are kicking ass, and my daughter is beating cancer. F cancer, F the Cowboys.
Let's go.
And F the Eagles, too. If you don't type Rad in the chat right now, I don't want you to watch this show anymore. Rad, that is awesome. That is awesome, man. I got freaking goosebumps right now. Prayers for your family. Prayers for your daughter. Keep on fighting. That is awesome. That is what this community is about.
Yep.
Man, that is blessings, man. Keep kicking its ass. Keep kicking its ass. Keep being a great dad as well. That is awesome. Wow. Wow. So I love this stuff, man. My man Tyrone 30K. What's up, Brody? It's my guy right there. Shout out to Scott Hernan coming in with a $2 super chat. Scott Hernan, you're a legend, my man. I'm still waiting to get out to the great Northwest to get a little Scott Hernan tailgate barbecue going.
Ooh.
Yeah, buddy. Victory Monday. Love it. We have no update on Malik Neighbors, guys. He's not even in the building today. The Giants players won't be in the building until Wednesday. That's when we'll get our first update. Say it again. It doesn't have to be. If we could get some variety after him, probably ideal, but if that's all we got, that's all we got. Tennessee Boya says, does the picture have to be both of us in Giants gear? No, but I want to feel very firm in my conviction that you're going to the game and you're bringing your child to their first Giants game. They're a Giants fan. You're a Giants fan. That's what we're looking for. We're looking to send a kid to their first Giants game ever. Look, and not to get personal, but that stuff is expensive, man. That stuff is expensive.
Especially, all NFL games are expensive, but the Giants specifically are very expensive to go to.
Yeah. So, I would like to be able to send a father and a mother and one of their children to a Giants game for free. And that's all because of Mr. Rick. I will focus on that after the show. Yeah, exactly, the Jits. I ain't got time for that BS today. People are getting a little too big for their britches here. But let's talk about Hyatt, and let's answer some questions on today's show. What's going on with Jalin Hyatt and the New York Football Giants? He played in 48 snaps versus the Seattle Seahawks in Week 5, but still no catches. Is it producing? He has 0 receptions for the Giants this year. And the question I got to ask to everyone is it time to worry about Jalin Hyatt as a New York Giant? The trade deadline's right around the corner. The Giants have clearly opted to step into the pool of Darius Slayton instead of Jalin Hyatt. And even though he had 48 snaps, no production. He did draw 2 holds, and I will credit him for that. And I'm a Jalin Hyatt believer. And I believe in the talent. But I do feel like he's got to get some blame and deserves some of the reason as to why he has not been playing and why he has not been all that productive. Because to go from having a semi-productive year as a rookie, 23 grabs in 17 games, 16 yards per catch, an average depth of target of 21 yards with 6 catches of 20-plus yards, to come into the following season and not even be a factor in the game plan, not even be a piece of this offense, is definitely concerning. 15 snaps week 1, down to 12, down to 10, up to 13. And you would think the game where Malik Neighbors does not play, he would be a guy that benefited from that. And he did at the snap production-wise, snap count-wise. But, man, like you could not have scripted a worse start for Jalin Hyatt in his sophomore season for the New York Giants. Like, I was talking to Patrick Seatman on the way into work, and he was like, I know you want Hyatt to play, but Slayton's absolutely better than him. And I'm like, yeah, Slayton is better than him. And he's like, Daboll sees him in practice every day. If he was that good, they would be playing him. And you know what? I agree with that. But at the end of the day, something that I've always gone back to is you got to invest in your investments. And you made an investment by moving up in the 3rd round, including a 4th-round pick. You included a 4th-round pick to move up. So you used 2 draft picks on him to get him in the 3rd round. He doesn't play. And, like, I can't say he has or hasn't got an opportunity, but he definitely this year has not made the most of his opportunities. Do I think the Giants are to blame some? Yes. And I also think that Jalin Hyatt's to blame some. I don't know if it's the lack of a route tree. I don't know what it is. But I think as we get closer and closer to the trade deadline, if you're not going to play Hyatt, and you're probably going to add another receiver in the offseason, you probably need to make a decision on his future as a New York Giant. Clearly, the Giants are much more in favor of Darius Slayton, and Darius Slayton has been much more productive. He got the call this week, had to step up and play as a wide receiver 1 against the Seattle Seahawks, top 7 passing defense entering the game, and he answered the bell. 8 receptions, 122 yards, 15-plus yards per catch and a touchdown. Had a bad drop early in the game, but he came back and he answered. Tough catch after contested catch over the middle, those short in routes, and then he also had some nice runs after the catch. And he's a free agent. And if you're going to play him this much, that tells me you want to probably bring him back, and that's not a problem. But if you are going to land yourself in the pool of Darius Slayton, you got to at least entertain the trade calls for Jalin Hyatt, right? Like, one thing I will say is we saw Jalin Hyatt after the kick was blocked by Isaiah Simmons. He's celebrating like a kid, and he's happy on the sideline. And that, that made me happy. I enjoyed and I was thrilled to see that he was happy to celebrate his team even when his number and his name and his production wasn't a part of the win. But for me, I think it just comes down to you got to make a decision. Either use the asset to help the team win or use the asset to help the team win in the future. I don't know. I'm really in the middle because I believe in the player, and maybe it's too soon, but I think there's something here. I don't know if he's in the doghouse. I don't know what it is. But, man, it's been a rough start to the season for Mr. Jalin Hyatt. What would you do if you were Joe Schoen? Would you keep him? Would you trade him? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section. Joseph Cruz coming in with a question. Says, do you think we are going to see more of Tyrone Tracy after his performance? Also, if Jones proves himself, are we still drafting a QB over a position player? I think going forward, it should at least be close to a 50-50 snap split between Tyrone Tracy and Devin Singletary. So especially if Singletary can't hold on to the football. I don't really need to see Eric Gray anymore. I know he had some nice plays yesterday. The screen pass on 3rd and 17, he picks up 18 yards. But if you can't hold the football, you can't play. And I don't think Eric Gray should be playing all that much anymore. It should be a 2-back backfield with Singletary and Tracy. I want to see Tracy getting more and more reps. And I think by the end of the season, I want to see Tracy being kind of more of the feature back. When it comes to also if Jones proves himself, are we still drafting a QB? If Daniel Jones plays the way he did in Week 5 the rest of the season, no, you don't draft a QB because he won a football game and he played his tail off. And I know everyone's looking for that aha moment, circle the block, Marshall, I told you so, Marshall, I told you so. And I don't want to pour water on everyone's fire and dampen everyone's awesome experience. Nothing changed yesterday for me. I still believe there's a major question mark about Daniel Jones being the future franchise quarterback. And if the season were to end today, I would still cut Daniel Jones. But how about if he goes out and beats Cincy in Week 6 and he goes out and wins Week 7, finds a way to battle in the NFC, goes and beats the Cowboys, maybe beats the Eagles twice, maybe gets into the playoffs, then yeah, we could talk about it. Proving himself isn't one time. He's a top 5 highest paid player in the NFL this year. You got to do it more than one time. My expectations are higher, and I think everyone else's expectations should be higher than one win. Keep doing it. Do it again. Keep bringing it. Boom! We got more questions coming up around the corner. But first, I got to give a major shout out to today's sponsor, Game Time. If you're looking for last-minute tickets to go watch the Giants or the Knicks or go to a concert, download the Game Time app and get the best seats for the lowest price guaranteed. And if you use the promo code ChatSports, you're going to get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. You get last-minute tickets and you get flash deals, views from the seats, and lowest price guaranteed. Take advantage of the 2 features that are going to make sure you get the best deal. That all-in pricing feature, no one wants hidden fees when they get to check out, and the Game Time Picks feature. That way, it's that much more easy to get the best deals to go see your favorite people perform. Download the app, create an account, promo code ChatSports, ChatSports, and get $20 off your first purchase where terms do apply. What time is it? It is game time. Be a real one. Support the show. Support the sponsor. The only Brandon G coming in with a $10 super chat. We appreciate you. Victory Monday. Longtime subscriber. How's Hyatt feeling after not getting any targets? We saw him celebrate after the kick was made. I'm sure internally he's a little upset. Wants more run, wants more burn, wants more touches. But at least to show that he was happy, you know what? That's good enough for me. Hopefully he's not moping. Hopefully he's not pouting. I believe there's still a good player there. I wish the Giants would prioritize him a little bit more. But I also got to look and be like, you know what? Maybe he needs to do a little bit more. But happy with the way that he showed emotion and being happy. The Hippie, if our team keeps playing like they did yesterday, what would you predict our record to be? So you're 2-3. You play like that. Can we get to 8-9? Can we get to 9-8? Can we get 7-10? Can we get to 10-7? Giants played winning football yesterday. They took care of the ball outside of a dumb fumble by Eric Gray. And their best players played like the best players. You do that, you dominate the line of scrimmage, you wreck the game with 5-97-0, and you got a lot of shot. You got a lot of promise. And you're going to have a shot every week to potentially go and win a football game. Best players got to be your best players. Giants have some good players, but they got to play like it. Poke Moore, who do you think is on the trade block the Giants can grab if we start a winning streak? What I would say, Poke Moore, is the Giants should not be buyers. I think you only make a trade to improve at the trade deadline if you believe that you can make a run in the playoffs. If you think you can potentially add number 5 to the case. And I think that the Giants are still a ways away. So let's save our picks and let's save our resources to improve in the offseason. I wouldn't buy, and I wouldn't. Nah, I'm not trading for anyone right now. Hey, Rivera, will the Giants renew Slayton? I think that they definitely want to. I think that they think that he is, and you know what? He played like it yesterday. Maybe not. We saw it. He played like a top 3 receiver in a good wide receiver room. Yeah, I think the Giants are interested in re-signing Darius Slayton. I think they are. Coastline Cowboys, are you scared with how much Jones ran? No, not at all. It's one of his best skills. And to maximize Daniel Jones, he needs to do it. No, not at all. Not at all. For Daniel Jones to be the best version of himself, he has to use his legs. He has to be involved in the ground attack. And he was, and I liked the way he ran, and he used every tool in his tool bag. And that's what he's got to do. That's what he's got to do, and I'm more than proud of the way that he played against the Seahawks. What up, Joel? Do you think that Daniel Jones can actually help bring this team to the playoffs? Play like he did yesterday, absolutely. That's why I'm always so tough on Daniel Jones. That's why I always ask so much of him, because we've seen it. We saw it against the Vikings. He looked damn good. He looked damn good against a strong defense in Seattle. Like, yeah. I mean, look, you go and play like that, you're going to win a lot of games. You're going to win a lot of games if Daniel Jones plays like that. Zach, cornerback round 1, right guard round 2 next draft. I never like penciling in positions, Zach, for drafts, but if you are asking me what the biggest needs for this team going forward are, corner, right guard, defensive tackle, as well as playmakers on offense. Those are my biggest pieces the Giants got to add this offseason. Those are the ones they got to improve on the most. Nope, says, is Joe Schoen and the staff safe for next season? I think even before the win against Seattle, they were most likely safe. This is the brain trust I think that we're riding with for a while. I think they are. And one win against Seattle, if that is what changes your opinion on them, if you're John Mara, you probably didn't have much conviction in your feeling. It's nice to get the reassurance that they won, but I think they're here. That's why I say that. Make sure you are following me on social media. I'm on Twitter at @MarshallGreen_. I'm on Instagram at @MarshallGreen_. Hit me up over there, and let's go big blue. We got a 3-point goal. Bobby Alexander. Bang! Shout out to Rob Rodriguez. The go. Do. He says, well, Rob Rodriguez, thank you for blessing us with your presence, my man. A legend, a big time real one. Says, not sure if you recall, but there was a preseason live chat where you predicted Tracy will play and have a breakout game 5. Good call. I'm also glad the G-Men won, but need consistency before getting excited.
That's fair.
That is how everyone should feel.
Yep.
One game, Smitty, is not enough to believe that this is now a Super Bowl organization again, and Daniel Jones, our franchise quarterback. Like, go do it again.
Pump the brakes, people.
Let's go beat them on Sunday Night Football.
We're the New York Giants. Should not be satisfied with one victory.
Did I say Tyrone Tracy was breaking out week 5? Maybe the Peak does know a little football.
You were championing him before the season started.
Maybe the Peak knows a little bit. Rob Rodriguez, my man for life.
I'll serve Marshall a little bit of humble pie. He was always a Dante Turbo Miller guy over Tracy.
No. It was Tracy over Turbo always. Mike G versus... y'all are ridiculous. Rod, if you're still watching, I know it came in during the cut. We didn't get to acknowledge it. I'll hit you up, my man. I appreciate you. What you've done for this channel it's awesome. You are a legend. And someone I am forever indebted to. J.R. Smith goated. Marsh, I'm flying back to NYC for a weekend with the boys.
That sounds like a great time.
We're going to the Meadowlands to watch Big Blue smack the Bungles. Can't wait.
Love that.
Enjoy yourself. Josue in the building.
You got the pro pick now.
My man pulled up a profile picture. It's my guy. Shout out to Josue. Victory Mondays. Gotta love it. Cheers, boys. Let's go. Shout out to Josue.
Is that little Josue Jr. in the Giants gear there?
Josue Jr. That kid's got swag.
For sure.
Poke Moore, I couldn't tell who was in your profile picture, my man. Maybe it was someone I should...
I think it's a family member.
He says, look at the background. I can't see the background.
Poke Moore. Hold on.
I think it's a screenshot from the show.
No, look. Oh, yeah. It is a screenshot from the show there in the background.
Shout out to Pokemore.
That's Pokemore and Lil Pokemore.
Lord Buddy Bear says, I haven't forgotten Prom March, just so you know. That's because you are a real one, Buddy Bear. That's because you are a real one.
Oh, man.
All righty. I think it's about that time.
Yankees start in 5 minutes.
Yankees start in 5 minutes. Bill, that's got your picture, man. That is freaking awesome.
Bill Hartnett?
That puts a smile on my face, Bill. That's as good as it gets. That's what this is all about. That's what this is all about. Wow. Rob Simpy.
What's Rob Simpy doing?
That picture you just sent me, Rob Simpy. That's badass. That is badass. Ring that freaking bell, Rob. Brent says he sent me a picture on Twitter. Okay. I will go and look at it. When I get off the show, I don't see it at this moment. What is your Twitter name, Mr. Brent? So I'm just scrolling through my mentions and I don't see it.
Shout out to Dave, Green Eyes, Jimmer. Jimenez. My bad.
Dave! Green Eyes! Jimenez! Once again, we need consistency from DJ. That's all we want.
That's all we're looking
Just
for.
go do it again.
Just go do it again. It's what big-time paid players do.
Bill, you did. You did, Bill. And you know what? I appreciate that. Wow. I got chills from that. That's crazy. That is crazy. It's a damn good man, Rob Simpy. It's a damn good man. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. It's the best show on YouTube because we got the best damn fans on YouTube. I love y'all. I appreciate you. And let's go get a win for the Bronx Bombers.